on YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got Game 2 of Okan, the mega tournament in the Midwest at the moment. Actually, I think Adepticon is technically the mega tournament. I don't know. But Okan had 41 people show up for the event for Fantasy Battle 9th Age, and it's pretty cool. It's a lot of armies there. It's fun to see everybody who showed up. It's fun to see different opponents. And then my first win was actually a big massacre win. I didn't get all the objective points like I could have. Found out that I still fell short of the objective points, but so my next opponent comes up, and it's Jake motherfucking Murphy, and I'm always gonna add that mid title in his name now. And I'm like, God damn it! Out of all the people there, out of every single person there, the one person I did not, well, two people I didn't want to play. One was Dan, because I always play Dan, and two is Jake Murphy. And I'm like, Jake Murphy knows what I have to bring to the table now. He knows my strategy. He knows how I'm going to play him, and he's not going to allow it. And not only that, but we get our scenario, and the scenario is in the diagonal. And I'm like, son of a business. You get 16 inches in the middle, facing off at each other, but he's on knights. His knights could just ram me in turn one. So we're just going to go over what we both brought to the table and see how this battle goes. And, let's see. So right here I got my Forest Goblins, 20 Forest Goblins skirmish tray, skirmish formation, and they have the Poison Banner, Mother's Gift. This unit really doesn't do too much against his army, just because he doesn't really have anybody who's like naked or has low armor. Everybody has good armor except for the peasants, but Forest Goblins weren't going to make it to the peasants. Over here I have a unit of Fast Cav, Wolf Riders, 5 of them. Here I have Kabuto the Python on the left, and I have Baxter on the right. I have a unit of 12 Orcs with crossbows. I have a unit of 32 Orc Ed Bashers with extra hand weapons. They do have the BSB with them as well. I have a Goblin Hero. This is Baron Longshot with the Skull Splitter shotgun. Over here I have King Koopa. King Koopa has racked up the points in the first round. He's looking like a good runner. He's not a good runner-up, a good runner for the MVP of the week award. Just because I'm gonna go ahead and tally up how many kills everybody has, and we'll see who has the most kills at the end of the week. Honestly, I don't know. I'm doing this as I'm going. I know a lot of people actually got a good chunk of kills. Dread, A-Rock, Koopa here. So I want to see who took the most points the whole tournament. Over here I have my 2 Git launchers. Here I got Warboss Dread Iron Tooth. I have a unit of 30 Squigs, Nasher Herd. I have the A-Rock in all her glory, and that's about it, I think. Yep. For my opponent, since I played him at Friday Night Dice, I have his pictures as well. These guys, I found out they're not like some crazy like killer crew. This is just like 5 Knights Aspirant, and they don't even have anything. I think they might have a banner. Over here I've been thinking that like there's some crazy hard killing guys, but yeah, no. Over here he has a unit of peasant archers, like 14 of them I think it is. 16. Excuse me. The catapult in the background there. He has over on the right, he has a unit of Knights of the Reliquary or whatever it's called. He has about like 12 of those. And then he has a unit of Pegasus Knights on the left. Over here he has a unit of whatever they are, Yemen or peasants with, it looked like halberds. And I'm going to swear to God it was halberds, but they're spears. And in the back, you can see he has his Pegasus Knight hero that's just flying around, just stabbing people. He has 2 characters in that unit of peasants with spears. One of them is a damsel with Lore of Light, I think it was. and then the other one is some random chump that is in that group. Right there on the left side, you can see him, that chump. I don't know who he is. He's giving him a bonus though, like fighting extra ranks or something. I don't remember what it is. Something like that, I think. He has another catapult. Then he has a huge block of Knights of the Reliquary that is his character bus as well. In that unit, he will have his BSB. He has his another damsel, I guess, or lady. I don't know what the hell their names are. I'm going to see if I have it up on the screen really quick. What her name would be. Grail damsel. It might be a Grail damsel. It might just be a regular damsel as well. And then he has his general, and his general, the Duke. I think it's called the Duke. Yep, it's the Duke. That guy is hard as hell to deal with. But anyways, he has 5 Yemen Outriders here, and that is it. He prays to the lady. I pray to Chickenhead. And we're going to go into Magic first, but it'll be turn 1 soon. I got Fireball, I got Devouring Darkness, and I got Shadow Miasma. And then I got Swarm of Insects, Curse of the Wildwood, and the Beast Within. I was looking forward to the Curse of the Wildwood just because it, giving these guys DTs might really help me out. And I also got Devouring Darkness. They're only human. They're only going to be in Ish 3. Maybe I could suck a couple into the warp. His whole unit, his whole army has a 5-up ward, just because he prayed, and they lose the 5-up ward if they retreat. But besides that, 2-up armors, 5-up wards all around. It's pretty hard to deal with for Orcs and Goblins. Over here, as you can see, we lined up on the table, and I of course I put my Git launchers first, and I put them all the way out there just to kind of like see what he would put towards them. He put like the Yemen Outriders over there. The thing is, we're dropping back and forth. One drops one piece, one drops the other, and I'm like, of course I didn't put my Orcs on the line because I'm like, if I put the Orcs on the line, they're going to just get crushed in turn 1. He has a 20-something inch charge. He could charge 23 inches, I think it is. So I'm like, that's pretty tough. I'm gonna put my guys like 20 inches away. So it'll be hard for him. He needs boxcars, or he needs to get a lucky D3 bounce, and that would be pretty difficult. I put my Forest Goblins up on the line just because I'm going to have them run for Yemen Outriders. I'm going to go ahead and put the Wolf Riders up on the line because I want to go ahead and make them chaff up a unit. I have the A-Rock and Koopa on the left side. You can see them down there, and the reason is they're going to take care of the peasants. The peasants are all on the left right now, and I'm just like, they could just wipe out the peasants, come around and help over with the knights. Okay, I have Dread sitting in the back. He's kind of safe for the moment. There's so many units in his way, and I have Kabuto and Baron Longshot just running around doing their own thing. As you can see, Longshot pops up. He scouts. I actually have Longshot heading straight for his trebuchets, and if anybody wants to get in the way, Longshot will deal with them as well. Magic Phase. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins, and I'm going to go ahead and move up. So I move up the Forest Goblins to try to take out the Yemen Outriders. I move up the Squigs a little bit, just cause. I don't move. I have to move the Wolf Riders. Let me see what's going on over here. I move up. I don't move the crossbow guys, and I move Longshot extremely close to that trebuchet, or catapult. Over here, I move the A-Rocks coming over to the left side, dealing again with the Horde. If he wants to come for me, he can come for me. I don't care. I'm stubborn. Keeping Dread close enough to A-Rock to give him stubborn. I'm keeping the bubble close enough where I got my BSB, I got Dread, I got whatever. Magic Phase got 10 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 3 dice onto Shadow Miasma onto his giant bus. He dispels it. I throw up a couple dice onto Swarm of Insects. He knew that one was coming, so he dispels it. So I have a couple dice left, and I throw 4 dice onto Devouring Darkness. I get it off. I throw it onto his Night Bus, and it drifts off. It doesn't stay in the center. Drifts off, comes this way, clips only 1 guy, and kills only... Or I clipped 3 guys, but only 1 died. And that's going to give the first blood of the game for Baxter, the level 2 Shadow. This Git launcher broke itself on the turn 1. The other Git launcher, I was aiming for the Night Bus. It pops over this way, and it ends up hitting the Yemen, and only kills off one Yemen. Or peasant, excuse me. Over here, these guys over here, the Force Goblins, the Bushwhackers, they're going to go ahead and shoot at the Outriders. They kill off 3 Outriders. And then the Git launcher, I'm trying to shoot at the Knights again to slow down their movement. And it goes off, web launch, and it ends up drifting this way and hitting these guys again. It doesn't. I was aiming for these guys, and it drifts off them and goes this way. And that's it for my turn. My eventful turn 1. We're going to go into Kingdom of Equitaine turn 1. And right here, it doesn't look horrible. Yeah. He's going to go ahead and charge these knights into the Force Goblins. Now what happens here is, if he charges, he's going to clip, just say the left side or the right side. He's going to overrun, and he's going to hit my squigs or my orcs. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to flee. I left myself a little gap just in case this happens. And the goblins flee this way and pop out the other side of Dread. So they're okay. We'll have a turn where I have the BSB reroll and my general right there. So they'll be able to pop back on. So he does this charge. He charges the Peg Knights into my orcs. And I'm like, I'll just stand there. And then he charges his knights into my orcs. And it's a 20-inch charge. A 20-inch charge. And I'm like, he might not make it. My orcs might hold their own. They'll be steadfast against his Peg Knights. But if his bus gets in, I will lose that steadfast. But that's a long charge. They're probably not going to make it, right? So he goes ahead and he rolls the dice. The Peg Knights get in. And then he rolls the dice for his knights. He needed boxcars to get in. He rolls the dice and he gets a 9. And I was like, haha, they failed. I got the Peg Knights in my own grasp. And then he goes, I got a D3 with this character to boost the charge. So he needs a 5 or a 6, and he rolls a fucking 5. Bam! He gets in with everybody. I'm like, oh, shit. Turn 1, he's in my face like this. This sucks. He moves up the peasants this way to kind of try to chaff up Koopa and the A-Rock. This is not looking good. He moves over here, the Peg character and the Yemen Outriders. They're going for my War Machines. And his Knights, Aspirin, are just coming downhill. Magic Phase, he got 6 power dice. He goes in and throws up Net of Light onto the A-Rock. I let it go through. And then he throws up... I let it go through because he got double 6s anyways. And I'm like, yeah, you can just blow up. I really don't care about that spell. So he goes ahead. He gives them a token for casting off a light spell. A-Rock got Net of Light. He blows up his damsel here, big template, but he only used 3 dice, so she doesn't go into the warp, and it kills off 3 knights. Now, one thing I want to bring up here is he mentioned this, and I don't know if it's done on purpose, and maybe, somebody watching my video might bring this up to the rules team or what. I might just question it in the rules team myself for 9th Age. But the magic miscast on 2, 3, and 4 says you center the large template on the caster, and then everybody takes a hit. And then, of course, it says no saves of any kind, right? But it doesn't say the caster must take a hit. It just, and it is a template. So Jake Murphy brought up the fact that, can he get a lookout, sir? And, my gut reaction is like, no, everybody, the wizard can't take any save of any kind. But he points out that in the wording, that doesn't mention it at all that he could take that the caster has to take it. On the 5, 6, 7 spell, or 5 and 6 spell, it does say it. It does say, caster must take a hit on it. So that's where it comes into play. Like, we're trying to figure out like what really happens there. But he took it anyways, just because we were just, it was going into an argument, and we were just like, screw it. He's like, I'll just take it. It's fine. So she takes a wound. And then we're going to go into over here, shooting phase. Shooting phase is peasants are in this building. They start shooting at my squigs. I don't even think they killed the squig. I don't think they did. Over here is trebuchet shoots, or is catapult shoot. This one doesn't do shit. This one shoots at long shot and it misses, it deviates, and actually it misfires and it blows up and it can't shoot for a turn, or for the game. Over here is his Duke calls out a challenge. My champ answers that challenge and he just kills the champ with maximum wounds 3. My BSB goes and my BSB hits his BSB for 1 wound, and his Peg Knights go kill off my Shaman Baxter. He's dead. My Orcs over here go. They kill off 1 Peg and do another wound onto another one. They kill off 1 Knight, and then he goes and he just kills, like, I don't even have a picture of the dead bodies. He kills like close to like 10 to 15 guys. He has a charge. He has 3 banners because he has the war banner, and he has ranks. He did 15 wounds. I auto break. I can't stand there. Yeah, I have a BSB and a banner, but I'm in horde formation. I'm not even in ranks, and he just blows up my unit. I'm gonna go ahead and run. He overruns, and as you can see, his pegs don't touch anybody, but his knights overrun right into my general. Yeah. Turn 2, praying to the chicken head was not as powerful as I thought. The A-Rock has to come and help out the general. So the A-Rock's coming. I can see it. The Netherlight doesn't do shit. It lets me go through. Now, I mean, I had the chance to go into the peasants. And here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I could either A, fight the peasants, kill off a couple of those characters. But I have Koopa there as well. Koopa can't see him because the building or the hill's in the way. But the A-Rock can see them. A-Rock's going in. And he's going to just try to make sure that I don't die. As for over here, Koopa is going into those peasants. I believe those peasants have halberds. He'll stick there in combat. He has a 1 up armor and a 4 up regen. He's not going anywhere. And then I'm going to charge in with long shot into this catapult, and long shot gets in. As you can see, the force goblins rallied. The squigs come around over here. They're just gonna, they're gonna try to get in closer so that way they could charge in the following turn if Dread is still alive or the A-Rock's still alive. My crossbows kind of move over a little bit. Kabuto comes in just to give me myself some buffs. Magic Phase got 11 power dice. Throw up 3 dice onto the swarm of insects. He stops it. I throw up a couple dice onto Fireball. He lets it go through. I kill off 1 Peg Knight. I go ahead and I throw up a couple dice onto Curse of the Wildwood to make him -1 hit. He stops it. And then I throw up a bunch of dice onto Beast with it, and he Dispel Scrolls it. Actually, I failed it outright. Man. I'm going to go to shooting phase. The crossbow orcs are going to shoot at the Peg Knights. They don't do shit. I shoot the Git Launcher at the Pegasus Knight that's coming towards the Git Launcher. Hits him, wounds him, does 2 wounds. Close combat over here. Long shot kills off 2 of the crew. They stick. Are you kidding me? They stick. Oh, man, they failed to wound long shot, and yeah, that's going to waste a turn. Over here, Koopa kills off the Castellan and whatever his name is, the guy who's giving these guys a buff, and I got to remember to give Koopa points for that. And then I go and I kill off 1 more random peasant dude, or 2 more random peasant dudes, or one. And he does all his attacks. He has like horde formation and everything. I'm not worried. I'm like, all right, I got 3 wounds off. I got a charge. He has a couple ranks banner, but my general's right there. I'll be fine. And he goes and attacks, and those guys all have spears, and he gets like 3 lethal strikes. And I'm like, son of a bitch! I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I had no idea they had spears. Son of a bitch! That's what I get for not doing my homework. And he killed Koopa outright and gives them a free reform too. Wow. All right, let's go over here. He has the challenge. I have to accept. My general goes like this. My general, he goes first, swings, and he does 2 wounds onto my general. 2. He is strength 6, rerollable hits, rerollable wounds, and it went right through my armor and wards. Did 2 wounds, My general goes back 11 attacks, 11 strength 6 attacks. I get off only 1 wound through all his armor saves and ward saves. That's not looking good. A-Rock goes, kills off only 1 guy. The Goblins go, they can't wound, and that is it. He has 3 banners, 3 ranks, or 2 ranks. Let's just say 2 ranks. That's 5. He did 2 wounds to my general. That's 7. Right. A-Rock's going to be stubborn on a 9. I need like Snake Eyes. No, I need less than Snake Eyes because I got a charge, flank, but he has a charge too. And then I did 2 wounds. So I'm down by 4. So Dread needs like a 5 rerollable. Or not even rerollable. The BSB's gone. And Dread runs off the table. A-Rock stuck. And yeah, this game's falling apart pretty fast. Oh man. And he reforms his guys this way, facing off the A-Rock. And it's going to start off his turn. Kingdom of Equitaine, turn 2, I think this is. He's charging into my Wolf Riders, which I used to chaff. He's charging a long charge from his Knight Aspirant into the rear of my Squigs. Okay. And he's charging his Outriders into the Broken Doom Diver. He's charging his Peasants into the A-Rock. I'm thinking this might be good because I might get combat res from killing them. And then he got in here, and he got in here. This is just not coming up at Millhouse. Not at all. Magic Phase got 6 power dice. He goes in and throws up Net of Light. I am like, whatever, go ahead, do it. And he does what is it? He does Blinding Speed in an aura, and it hits these guys. It hits everybody in the bubble that's fighting the A-Rock. It's giving them all a what is it? I forgot what he's getting. Like initiative 10. I think that's what it is. Initiative 10, weapon skill 10 to everybody. So now those peasants that are extremely easy to kill are hard as hell to hit. I'm hitting them on 5s. What the hell? This catapult shoots at my Doom Diver. Doesn't it hits it, direct hit, does 2 wounds. And then the knights here, how did this work? I thought they got in. Who? Oh. Oh, these knights they killed. Oh, these are the Wolf Riders. They just killed the Wolf Riders. These guys over here, the Yemen Outriders, they destroy my. Or they only do 1 wound onto my Git Launcher. My Git Launcher sticks, actually. Over here, his Knights Aspirant, they kill off like 9 of my Squigs. My Squigs fail to wound any back because his weapon skill 10. I'm hitting him on 5s. I'm stubborn on a 5. I fail that. Or steadfast on a 5. Fail that. And I blow up. When I blow up, I have like 21 left. It does 7. No, I don't have 21 left. How many do I have? I have 10, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I have 21 left. I have 21 left. I blow up. So everybody in a 6-inch bubble takes 7 strength, 5 hits. It hits the knights. It hits the pegs. It hits my crossbows. Oh shit. I do the knights. It kills off 4 of the knights. That's hilarious. I did more on the blow up than I did on my attacks. I hit the pegs. I kill off 1 peg. There's only 1 Pegasus Knight left with 1 wound, I believe. And I blow up my Orcs and I kill off my whole back rank of 6 Orcs. If it didn't hit the Orcs and hit just the peg, I actually might have won this right here because I would have had a Steadfast or 2 for a turn. But yeah. Close combat, his peg kills 2 of my Orcs. They fail to wound the Peg Knight, and he makes them run. And yeah, they're gonna run away, and he runs right into my Shaman. Overruns right into my Shaman. This game is falling apart, guys. Over here, I decide I'm gonna go ahead and I split up all my dice. I'm like, A-Rock is facing all the characters now. He could probably go for the glory. So he's going Poison Jaw onto the General. He's going a couple wounds onto the BSB. And he's doing a couple wounds onto the Witch to the side. And Jake Murphy looks at me and he goes, "That's not a witch, man. That's a damsel." And I'm like, "That's a witch." So I get a poison off on her that she doesn't get to ward save. I get a couple poisons off on both the general and the BSB, but they armor saved them, and they go back and they just oh, they don't destroy my A-Rock. What happened? I don't have it. Maybe they do destroy my A-Rock. No, they did like 3 wounds or something like that to my A-Rock. That's all. I don't know why I don't have a picture of that though. Over here, Longshot finally killed off the catapult, and it's gonna start off turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Longshot's coming this way. He's gonna just try to pick off some people because we gotta get points somehow. Magic Phase got 10 power dice. Go ahead and throw up 5 dice on Curse of the Wildwood on the guy who's actually I threw him up on the guys who are fighting the A-Rock, I believe. I don't try self-preservation, and I just failed miserably with that roll. I throw up a couple dice onto the Beast Within, onto the A-Rock, get it off, and hopefully he lives. These guys over here, they misfire, can't shoot anymore for the game. This guy over here decides he's going to shoot that one Knight Aspirant, and he kills him off. And then over here, oh, I remember what I was doing. I was in my magic phase. I was trying to throw 5 dice on everything because I wanted to blow up on purpose. I was trying to get double 6s, because if I get double 6s and I get anything besides Brain Dead, I'm going to be able to blow up and kill that Peg Knight. Oh, man, but it didn't work. I mean, of course, he has a chance to ward save it, but it was a Hail Mary, but it didn't happen. He ends up killing off my Shaman. Over here, he does 1 wound onto my A-Rock with his General. Then the rest of his guys go, and they end up just destroying my A-Rock. My A-Rock didn't have a chance to attack. Ah, shit. Alright. Let's go start off Kingdom of Equitaine turn 3. He's charging the Peg Knight here into my Git Launcher. He's moving his solo Peg Knight behind my other Git Launcher. He can't get to... He's trying to get to Longshot, but Longshot's the only guy alive who's free to run around. Over here, this is just going to blow up my Git Launcher, of course. Over here, his Yemen Outriders. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some... Oh, they're chasing me. I think they're trying to shoot me, but whatever. Let's go ahead and start off turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. I move Longshot this way. I should have moved Longshot the other way. He has his Knights separated, like the Duke separated from the group and the BSB separated from the group. He's doing this because he's trying to earn extra points for objectives. So he's taking table quarters, he's taking terrain. But I just moved Longshot around. I'm just figuring I might as well shoot somebody else. And then 4 shots, or shooting phase, I shoot Longshot into his General. That's the best bet I have, is just shooting his General. So I go ahead and I do it, and I get 4 shots off, 4 wounds. 3 of them are poison, and he armor saves all of them. Oh, man. And then it's going to start off Kingdom of Equitaine turn 4. He shoots all his guys from the building into Longshot, and he just kills off Longshot entirely. Oh, my God. Was that a brutal game to play? And it is a brutal game to even... do the battle report on. That was just... It all depended on his 20-inch charge in the beginning. If he didn't... He even said it. If he didn't do the 20-inch charge... Or if he didn't get that 20-inch charge, it was going for the glory in one shot. And it paid off for him. It really did. But if he didn't do it, my Orcs would probably kill his Pegasuses. And it would have been a totally different game. It would have been a totally different game. I shouldn't have put my guys on the line. I really should have put my guys like just chilling by the Doom Divers, give them a turn or two to just come to me. And that was my mistake. That really was. But I mean, there wasn't much else. I was more afraid that he knew that that was my plan to begin with, and he was just going to get to me in like turn 2, more or less. Live and learn. The way this tournament works, though, you get points for a lot of little stuff. I didn't get any points. I got 5 points just because they don't let you take a 20-0. They give you a 15-5, and you have to earn your other points. So I got 5 points for losing. It's not horrible because I had a big Massacre win, and I had a big Massacre loss. I have a chance to bounce back still, at least. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to be honest with you. Spoiler alert. This is the worst game I played all tournament. The rest of the games weren't like this. So I have a good chance still. Paint judging came around at the same time, and he was like talking to me. He was impressed with the banners. He was impressed with all the details, and I got a perfect score on paint and at this time. So he's like, this is one of the armies that we have to double check to see, you know, where it falls in. So I'm like, okay, great. So I know my paint score boosts up my loss at least a bit to where where other people are destroying the numbers. They got probably 2 massacre wins. I got extra points on paint that they didn't. So I'm not too worried about this big loss. I am worried because it knocks off my chances of potentially being in the top tables. But my whole hope for the whole tournament is being in the top 10. I want to get into the Masters GT guys, and to do that you have to be in like the top. I don't know. I gotta reread what they said about the specifics on how to get into that were, but yeah, I want to just try to get into that so that way I could get I need to get I have to finish strong basically. So Jake Murphy knocked me down a couple tables, and my next opponent is another Chaos Warrior player. I believe that was it. Yeah, it was another Chaos Warrior player. So yeah, so for my MVP in this game, we could just go to the points and check because this was just nasty. Man, my Doom. Okay, let's go over this one at a time. Dread got 1 wound off on his general and then died. Koopa got off probably more than 8 points. He got off, let's see, 48 points. Okay, for killing off the Castellan, whatever his name is. Oh, that's horrible. Longshot got 45 points. Is that right? No, Longshot got 107 points. And he did kill off the one Knight Aspirant unit that the Squigs started to blow up. Kabuto got 45 points killed. Baxter got 24. Let's see. Forest Goblins got 36. The Orcs actually killed off a couple points when they got into that fight, and the Squigs killed off a good chunk of points too. The Doom Diver killed off a good chunk of points. A-Rock didn't kill much. I'm actually going to give it to Longshot, and I think Longshot gets it because he killed off the Catapult. He killed off the one Knight Aspirant that was a remaining one that actually earned me the full points. So he killed off 2 units, and he was kind of an annoyance to my opponent. He couldn't get to me in like a turn or two. He couldn't do anything with him, really. I could just walk right behind him and shoot people. So Longshot's going to get the MVP award for this game, even though he didn't earn as many points as the Horde. The Horde didn't hold their own is why they lose it. And he died just because... Longshot died just because I walked right into the range of his archers. But besides that, guys, I am going to leave it here. I am still on vacation. I'm actually chilling in my friend's house. He's dropping his kids off to school. So I decided right now would be a good time to do a battle report. Yeah, I'm hanging out in North Carolina all week till I go to Brawler's Bash on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Friday I got my games against Once Bitten. Guys, I know you guys are excited for the updates, or not excited for the updates, either way. But I'm not going to be able to play the new updated version until after Adepticon, because Adepticon's actually still playing this current rule set. So I'm going to go ahead and keep playing version 11.9 until after Adepticon. And then after Adepticon, I'm going to switch over. I was supposed to have a chat with Benjamin Nelson, otherwise known as Spam Sandwich, and we were supposed to go over the update and see how, or do a review on the update. It didn't work out just because I'm on vacation, and he had stuff that came up and whatever. So I think he's doing one on his own, and then we were going to go ahead and talk about it together on Friday. Besides that, this game was just brutal. Oh man, Jake, you just crushed the floor with me, man. And we were talking about it after. It was just like, at one point it's just like beating a dead horse. But I'm a good guy, man. I understand that you're just trying to get your points and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and play my best, even if the chips are down, even if I'm losing, and I'm just gonna see what I can do. I don't just give up, and I don't just say, like, screw it, you're gonna do this anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it my all to the bitter end. Who knows? You might get lucky. So, anyways, guys, long shots to the MVP, and I'm gonna put up the scores here so you guys can see what everybody's at. The ones in the brackets are gonna be their tournament points. How many points have they got for the full tournament? And then the ones for the ones out of brackets are what they got for the game today. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you next time. Next game, Warriors of Chaos or Warriors of the Dark Gods, and I'll see you then. Take care. Peace.